As kids, we've all been haunted by the thought that if we don't go to bed on time, there is a frightening kid-snatching monster that will come and get us. It goes by different names, and even takes on different forms, depending on the culture. However, it is most commonly known as the Boogeyman. While we may never actually see the Boogeyman with our own two eyes, our parents know all about it, or so they say. As children, we believe every single word of our parents' creepy bedtime stories because, well, they're our parents. And there's no reason for them to invent stuff just for the sake of scaring us, right? As we grew older, we start to realize that the boogeyman that they kept warning us about might not be that scary at all. If anything, its story is actually more intriguing than terrifying. There are questions that, for a very long time, we never got the chance to know the answers to. Like what the boogeyman really is. Is it some sort of demon, a ghost, a fair folk, or a beast? And where exactly did its lore originate from? If there's one thing that straight away draws me into knowing more about the boogeyman, it's definitely its name. As children, the word boogeyman may have already alarmed us the moment we hear it. But from a grown-up's perspective, this name actually sounds rather peculiar. And just by looking at its variations, the bogeyman, boogeyman, bogeyman, the boggyman, the boogie monster, or perhaps the strangest of it all, boogie woogie, most could easily get the point. These names all sound oddly alike, retaining the sound bogey or boogie, despite the slight differences. But what do these two words mean, and why are they important in the boogeyman narrative? Well, for starters, the word bogey, along with its other forms, is said to have stemmed from the mid-19th century metonym for the devil. This suggests that the creature named after it is also likely diabolical, or at least malicious by nature. Be that as it may, the vagueness of the boogeyman clearly was not enough to stop its lore from reaching other countries and cultures. Understood as a non-specific personification of general terror, parents across the world use the boogeyman as a tool to frighten their kids into behaving. Still, its concept remained nebulous. No one specific appearance can be attributed to the boogeyman because the creature adapts to the customs of the region where its story is being told. If the area is located near open waters, the boogeyman is recalled as a dweller of the deep. Similarly, if the place is positioned near mountainous terrain, the boogeyman evolves into a lurker of the woods. Moreover, the boogie monster, despite the name, isn't actually considered to be a singular creature, but rather a race of creatures that are known through legends and other stories. To put it simply, the concept of the boogeyman varies in a cultural sense. But just as boogie creatures around the world have set their differences, they also share quite a few similarities, starting with some of their distinctive features. Animal-like boogeymen are believed to have been one or a combination of any of these: claws, talons, a sharp set of teeth, horns, hooves, scales, spots, tails, wings, whiskers, and antennae, among other things. Humanoid, as well as spirit-like boogeymen, on the other hand, are often given the hallmarks of a human body, melded with mystical anomalies of some kind. Of course, there are also boogeymen that are basically a mix of both, appearance-wise. However, others remain formless, leaving their visage for the most part up to the imagination of every listener of the story. Nevertheless, the boogeyman isn't a creature you would want to see when you're alone in the dead of night, unless it is the largely benevolent kind. Then maybe the encounter would not be as bad. You see, there are 3 types of boogeymen. First, the punishers. The ones that our parents used to say would kidnap us if we continue to be naughty. In other words, the type that would maybe eat us alive if provoked. Second, the frightfully violent ones. The type of boogeyman that does not need any prodding. They are those that would pounce on any victim at any chance they get. And lastly, the benevolent kind. Boogeymen that protect certain people, animals, places, or things, and would only harm those that act as a threat to the things they protect. Although these 3 kinds oppose each other to an extent, they all still mainly serve the same purpose: to get children to follow their elders. Thank you for taking this journey into darkness with us. My name is Sid Myers, and this is Lore Thrill.
Sleep tight.